Bjergsen Zed. And
he brought Cassiopeia into this current meta that we're playing in.
And I'm looking for him, Apex to, build around Keen as well as play around him a bit more.
Yeah, so far it has been prioritized playing around Ray. But now entering into picks and bans, we'll see if that is going to be the case. Zillion banned away from Keen. Vladimir banned away from Apex in general. Phoenix don't even dilly-dally with that. But we'll see how Apex decide to use their last ban, if they're going to let that Cassiopeia through, or perhaps try to look for something else to ban out Phoenix 1.
I mean, there's a lot still up on the board as well. Junglers, Rek'Sai is still available. Going to take one of the OPs off here with Ryze. If there's already one utility AD carry banned, Ashe rises a little bit in priority. I don't expect to see Ashe bans at any point, but we may see Ashe early round picked. The arrow, the reliability of that late game initiation is definitely highly prized in the current meta.
Yeah, definitely a very strong engage if they can pick it up. But looks like Apex are going to prioritize that Karma early on. We saw the Nidalee hover. Seems like they don't think Inori
Speed, baby.
Play it. Yeah.
Keep on talking about it. Summer is the split of speed. Karma as well as Sivir. So they ban Sivir, take up the Karma, so they know that they're going to have an advantage. There's not an answer of AoE speed that Phoenix 1 are going to pick up.
Well, Evelyn does have that burst of speed, but we'll see if that gets through, as Rek'Sai is going to be the hover. But it looks like, yeah, Rek'Sai locked in, along with Shen for that Zig, something he's played quite consistently.
Yeah, I like it from Phoenix 1. Opens up a lot of cross-map plays. Shen has been finding himself, even in the ban phase, a lot recently, because he does have the cross-map pressure. That tagged with the Rek'Sai means that you have a lot of options, especially as far as the early ganks are concerned.
Yeah. Technically a double global with Void Rush and Stand United. We'll see how Pyrian.
If you can get your tunnels deep, then definitely can be considered one. That's one of the big things about some of the great Rek'Sai players is hiding tunnels between brush in enemy territory. Trying to get them deeper out into the map so that you can try and set up plays, or you can react to dragons, and Baron attempts like that. However, Nidalee very quick also and moving around the map here. So Apex get Shrimp power clear champion, even though Shrimp has been the Rek'Sai player. That's why I really like the steal away in round 1 here for Phoenix. Taking that away from him, we'll see how he performs again on the Nidalee.
Yeah, he had to play this matchup yesterday against Immortals Reignover. So bit of a different opponent this time. Yeah, going from 2nd place to 10th place opponents. So we'll see how this Nidalee was supposed to look against that Reignover in that previous game. But as you can see, the Ezreal also picked up as well. Phoenix 1 now looking at those next 2 picks. There's the Ashe we were talking about, and it's locked in.
And it's because they're facing a bunch of poke here from Apex. First 3 picks from Apex showing a lot of poke here, so they want extra engage. The Rek'Sai and Shen can do a decent amount, but it only goes so far. Later in the game, you need that long-range arrow to start things off, hold them in place, so that Rek'Sai and Shen can get to the back line. Braum is much more of a follow-up. Definitely not going to be the one to start it out, but does have also some decent synergy with Ashe, trying to pick people as well as level 1 pressure. And it always opens up more possibilities for level 1 invades and Q level 1 plays if you do have something like Braum that brings so much threat.
We'll see how Apex are going to try to deal with that, knowing that they have to break through a Braum and the forward pressure of Shen and Rek'Sai. Hecarim could be a choice. We've seen Ray play it before, or might go for something a little more standard with the Trundle hover for Ray, and especially going back to that Alistar.
Well, if you're running a poke comp, Trundle is the guy for your team for many seasons. The pillar spam allows you to land so much more poke. You try and siege up at a turret, throw the pillar in there, and then once you start poking people low, got the Alistar for the all-in, for the tower dive. Even though the ultimate was nerfed, still is a good point man for tower dives. So we'll see probably him and Trundle trying to trade that aggro, while the rest of the squad does hang back. This could technically be swapped around to be a support Trundle, but it's definitely not going to be the case, as Keen will take up the Karma in mid lane as well. And we'll get to see how he can do against this Twisted Fate. Because
Yeah.
globals upon globals upon globals here for Phoenix 1.
Yeah, and that's how we've seen Phoenix 1 succeed in the past. Going for the Zerg, just get more people than them, rush someone down who's unprepared. And with all these globals, they're definitely set up to do something like that.
I mean, these are the 3 most highly prized, Twisted Fate, Ashe, and Shen in the current state of the meta. Because Ashe, you can get the arrow to start it off, and then you know everyone can join.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a means to get there, assuming that Braum is close there with Ashe, and they can join the fight. So definitely going to have to keep track of multiple global timers on the side of Apex and keep that in mind and not over-chase as well early on in the game.
Yeah, Phoenix 1, they've had some pretty good mid and early game plays, though, so we'll see if they can transition that into the mid game when they start looking for those picks. But send us off into this game by getting out your phone and voting for the team you support in this match. Apex fans, tweet #APXWin. If you're rooting for Phoenix 1, use #P1Win as we load onto the Rift. Apex looking for that playoff spot, looking to secure for themselves a more comfortable place in the standings, and Phoenix 1 still hunting for that first match win.
Yeah, and Apex did focus Keen in ban phase. We're looking for them to build more around him. They threw 3 bans at him, and early round picked the Karma here for Apex to secure that for him. We'll see if they can use that move speed to dodge more arrows and try and evade the extra globals here from Phoenix 1. For many years, I give the advice, okay, if you're facing a team, with some globals, as a jungler, you go to the source of the global. You attack that, try and gank him so that you don't get collapsed upon when you're ganking somewhere else. This one, though, there's too many globals because the other ones can protect whichever one you attack, so keep that in mind when going after either solo laner.
Might be a little bit tough with Braum to peel along with Shen and Rek'Sai defending that Ashe. So we'll see if Apex will be able to find their way to the back line. As you said, bit of a poke composition. So they'll have to chip away through some of the health of Phoenix 1 whenever they group up. But looks like we are seeing recalls out of Mash and Gate as they head towards that top side of the map. Apollo and Special staying on the bottom.
Looks to be lane swap here. Line from Phoenix 1. And we will not get to see the Ashe Braum meet up for those early game picks. Only problem now is for Ray on Trundle. People have underestimated Braum Duos level 1. Going for some cheeky invades, staying
Especially
too
Braum
long for
Ashe.
minions.
Yeah.
So don't see any reason why we'll see an early first blood here. Probably should be just the standard lane swaps, as both junglers do get the help from their top laners, and both top laners going to try and rush to kill at least the 3 melee minions before leaving lane, getting pushed out. This is the only real big danger part of the lane swaps is, can the top laners get the 3 minions and then get out?
Oh.
Yes, indeed. Both top laners successfully do get all 3 and escape.
Yeah, Ray is trying to be a little optimistic for that CS, but I think he was just barely out of range of it.
Yeah, and now he's just trying to stick around in experience range.
Yeah, for the experience.
That was extended many patches ago, and he's just trying to stick around so that when the ranged ones dies, he can soak that up as well. Any little bit of experience extra early on in the game does help out when you meet back up with your opponent. As of right now, dead even on experience.
Yeah. Top laner staying, though Ray finally going to complete his recall as Gate takes a few turret shots. Yeah, teleports traded back over to the other side, so looking pretty standard.
Yep, it was the exact same. Everybody has adopted to the new early teleports used for extra soaking there from the top laners, and nobody takes a trip back to base. Teleport in on the minions so that you can kill the turret easily. Apollo going to try and spam Essence Flex so they take it down a slight bit quicker than Phoenix 1.
Yeah, taking a look at the jungles, though, Shrimp just a little bit faster on his clear, already cleared out all of his sides and working on the scuttle while Inori's still on his red.
Italy, man. Can't keep up.
So fast. Apollo and Ray are actually going to split the gold, so not giving solo gold over to Ray this time.
I think Phoenix 1 will make more of an effort to give it all to Zig. So, because if Trundle, starts getting an early advantage in a melee matchup, And he really can run away with it. Yeah, there it is. Everybody well out of range. Zig does get all the gold. And he will try and hold on to Trundle Land. It is only 100, you know, it's not a big deal. But you say that. The slippery slope starts at 100 gold, Dom. Gets out of control quick.
Gotta keep pace, gotta kill those minions. So far, though, double swap seems to be happening on, as you said, standard as it can be. Here comes Apex. In fact, Xpecial is going to scare Zig away by coming up from behind inside of the river. And Ray is going to catch a few more minions on the bottom side.
Yes. Right now we're in the calm before the globals hit. Level 6 from Twisted Fate and Shen and Rek'Sai and Ashe.
Yep.
Will be the start of all the action for Phoenix 1. We'll keep track of as well of, you know, wards around mid lane, meet a whole lot. Trying to keep track of which side of the map Twisted Fate starts to hover towards, because it's not a true global. That was a very long time ago, and you can get an early warning if you have sufficient warding around the mid lane. Even if Twisted Fate is pushing you in like this, gaining vision can mean the difference between life and death for a side lane.
Yeah, we haven't seen a recall yet out of Shrimp as he's going to catch up with his lane swap duo. And continue to push down those tier 2s. Inori does the exact same on the opposite side, and without teleports, those top laners are trying to catch up. In fact, Ray walks there. He did not recall, whereas Zig did.
Yep, and that's why you can see the level disadvantage there for Zig. The other thing is that Rek'Sai also recalled. Apex members have all been staying out on the field. As Nidalee, you can continue to clear continuously throughout the early stages. Don't have to recall. Rek'Sai doesn't really have to recall either, but we saw her up on the red buff. She's getting a little bit low. If you do get the early recalls, it's much more about the vision. It doesn't really increase your clear speed. And then you can see the early Sightstone on second recall for Inori. He's made 2 before Shrimp has even gone back a single time.
Good old Nidalee.
Yep. Power clearing, and that's where a lot of this gold lead is as well. If you're looking up at the scoreboard and wondering, oh, they're even on turrets, and it's been very quiet. Twisted Fate passive only does so much. Nidalee's power farming has earned her about 400, 450 or so, a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, so Apex decide not to freeze the top lane. Instead, they hard shove it, and it breaks on that top tier 2, so Zig is going to have a really difficult time trying to freeze that. I'm not even sure it's possible, whereas Ray on the other side, it looks like he's going to try to catch up with Apollo and Xpecial. Just running around trying to keep that vision. Opting for the Merc Treads first as he looks to move around the map.
This is actually good. What P1 are trying to do is get the vision around Dragon, because they have the freeze on Shen up top. The problem is Shen's not level 6. So he could teleport in, but he's just a little baby. Level 4 Shen doesn't do a whole lot for early Dragon fights. So they're just trying to set up vision to see if there's any opportunities they can try and take advantage of from Apex overstepping. Not going to be the case, though. Apex are going to load up on this bottom side of the map and get some deep vision of their own.
So far, Apex playing a standard laning. Lane swap, trying to catch up with minions, make sure that they are safe. Inori spotted out by a ward means that Ray should know enough to back away.
Teleport possible from Trundle. They do have the deep ward set up, but Mash and Gate playing it pretty well, not getting too greedy, too close to the minions. So a lot of time there used with Shrimp hovering around. They will just trade blues, by the way. Not going to be a whole big deal unless Ray can actually send Inori off. Now it is a big deal because Shrimp got the other blue uncontested and can get this Drake pretty much free. Ocean Drake, the best early game, as the regeneration helps out so much early on when you're just trading back off in lane. Definitely does fall off a little bit later, but great for the early lane, great for your jungler. And there will be a lot more options now for Apex as they can heal back up just by getting out of combat.
Yeah, Apex are allowed to make the quick call and secure for themselves the first Drake of the game. It's now back to even in gold as we're starting to see a little bit of an advantage open up for Zig as he's shoving that wave in, but eventually Ray will be able to catch those minions on the top side of the map, and Ray, he's really been the shining star for Apex. Sometimes he'll go off and absolutely do work for them, almost single-handedly carrying games. But in games where he's not allowed to do that, he's been having some trouble. Yeah, Keen was able to secure that.
That is why past 6 minutes we keep our eyes on the Rift Herald in any Apex game.
Yeah.
They've been one of the teams to focus that objective more often than not. Right now, Ray just trying to prune the wave, though. You don't want to let the wave build up too big. Yes, you want to have the control with keeping the extra minions on your opponent's side so you can freeze if they lax, but if you let it build up too big, then you get too low in experience. As you can see, Zig just dinging 7 currently has the 2-level lead, but Ray's about to hit level 6, so it's pretty much just a single full level lead, and then Ray can easily CS at his turret now. Shen, though, as you said, when the level 6s come in for Phoenix 1, which they all have now on their globals, this is where the options really start to open up, and we are looking for more of the action. Apex know this, though. They're very much ready. They're playing cautiously, nobody overextending in the map. And Phoenix 1, seeing that no one's overextending, they got them kind of bottled up inside their own territory. They're going to steal away the Rift Herald, not let Ray have the opportunity to grab it this time around.
Actually setting this up a few minutes earlier, they've got vision all over this side of the map, making sure they're going to see if anyone even comes close to approaching the pit. And with a hard shove bottom, that means that allows Mash and Gate to recall, catch up, and help out as Rift Herald is secured by Phoenix 1.
So they do end up sort of trading Drake for Rift Herald. It's a lot longer down the road due to the map control that they got after the early focus. Plenty of deep wards there on the bottom side, though, for Apex. So Mash can actually, or Apollo can actually push this wave really far up. Currently, Shrimp is sitting there waiting for Zig to show himself, but Zig also playing cautiously, knows that this is not his side of the map. During the lane swap, you have to account for all the time that Apex spent in your side of the jungle and assume the wards are there. Nice little Braum wall.
Yeah, just a bit. Apex now looking to put some pressure on the top side of the map. Ray's up there as well. That means Keen's left all alone in the mid lane, and Mash is there with the arrow outside of vision, but Keen plays it safe, falls back, and allows Apex to push up relatively safely and get a lot of vision on that side of the map. Infernal Drake will be the next one, so this vision hopes to pay off, as right now it's dead even in gold, but Apex have got the first dragon. Phoenix 1 have got that Rift Herald.
And I think the Rift Herald is going to do a lot of work as well, because there is still that gold lead for Zig. It's now cresting at about 600 because he's pushing a wave, but it is actually going to be a problem if Phoenix 1 can manufacture that 1 versus 1 and try and get him into the same lane, because now Phoenix 1 are trying to make use of the Twisted Fate as well. You can see Pyrion is building an early Lich Bane, so they want to be able to play the cross-map game. They want him to be able to get those autos on the turret, try and get even more pressure if Apex give them any time. Here comes the arrow, level 5 Alistar.
Yeah, he's caught by the full CC and chained
Goodbye.
down. First blood, Phoenix 1.
And they don't even need the rest of the globals. Pyrion popped it preemptively to get vision of everyone on Apex. And the first blood comes through very easily with that setup, everyone waiting in the brush. At level 5, Alistar, squishy as ever. No chance to flash away even.
Special gives that away. The trade, though, means that Ray is allowed to put some pressure on the top lane, while Apollo catches Zig's pressure in the bottom. Here come the rest of Apex, and Zig has got to know this and backs away. That Drake is now up in about 75 seconds. Vision on both sides for both teams, as they've definitely got their eyes on that, but here's that play again.
Yep, there it is. Everybody in the brush, then they rush a special. He gets chained. Actually, the Bromstun procs right after Ashero times out, so doesn't get a chance to move.
Sealing away the blue buff. The other blue isn't going to be up in time, but Pyrion, pretty big mana pool with that Sheen. Should be okay for a bit of these engages, but those ultimates might not be back up.
Yeah, it's going to be important. The first blood is significant. That's a good chunk of money. However, Infernal Drake, number 2 Drake at 15 minutes is when it starts gaining a lot of value. So going to be a lot of focus on this for both teams. Plenty of vision advantage right now for Apex. See if they can actually capitalize on it. Because Shen has a full completed Sunfire, and Ray has not gone back to purchase, you know, since just 5 minutes ago or so. So Ray's actually holding on to 1,000 gold at the moment, and would like to purchase before joining the dragon fight. You know, maybe clean up a couple extra minions and see if he can complete.
Yeah, the Enchanted Crystal Arrows off cooldown. You can see Zig sitting just outside that mid lane, waiting for someone to get out of position. Mash. Is he going to fire a shot?
Yep, just moving in to clean out the wards here. Pyrian left the dragon area unattended for quite a long time. They're able to get most of, well, all of the pinks that are across the river, but not able to clean it out completely. And Apex are going to move into mid first. Remember, as we set up in Champ Select, this is the poke comp. They want to siege up. They want you in one of these small corridors so they can land their skill
arrow
shot.
Coming across the mid lane. It's going to catch Xpecial, but he's
now.
level 6. He's knocked up. There goes the Unbreakable Will. He's allowed to soak this damage. Knocks Inori back into the middle, but Inori's nice and tanky. It's worn off now. Xpecial still in the front, is taking a lot of damage. Flash knockup stand. United Xpecial caught by the gold card despite the heal. Finally goes down as Phoenix One turn it around.
Yeah, it looked like Xpecial had his own idea about how that was supposed to go. Just pop your ultimate and run, but he wanted to make use of the time he had ultimate running and try and knock Rek'Sai close to the team. Very curious decision right there from Xpecial rather than just disengage. And Apex, all that work they set up, you know, with all that vision around Dragon and the pressure trying to apply mid with Poke, puts a pretty quick stop to it. He's only level 6 though, so you get back out on the field quicker.
Yep.
Apex gonna return to the strategy, just a little hiccup along the way.
If at first you don't succeed, try again, but there's the Destiny. Pyrian goes in and Flash is used by Apollo to escape. Zig actually teleported down as well.
Yeah, it was not only the Twist of Fate ultimate, but big teleport from Shen. So I think that Apex might make the call to just take that top turret. They're going to poke around this dragon. Let's see if they actually teleport in or not.
Oh! But it's not enough. Gate is tossing his shield the wrong way. Ray drops the pillar to disrupt Phoenix One. There's Subjugate. Zig eating a lot of damage. They managed to get one. Spear finds Zig through the crowd, and Nori is going to be caught by a snare. Chased by Shrimp, gets the kill onto Zig as Pyrian is chased down by Apex. That's a quick 3 kills.
And Apex clean up after the Drake. Phoenix One did get the Infernal, but that's a lot of gold that brings Apex right back into this game. They've just barely brought it back to even, but they still have map control, so they can clean up even more gold after this and grab some of those minion waves. So focusing down Gate, then here comes the extra poke. Zig gets chunked, so does Gate. Nice job by Apollo there, threading the needle. And the poke on the follow-up here, getting away from Karma Tethers and Trundle Pillars is very difficult. Special gonna knock Twisted Fate over to his death as well.
Yeah, so Apex, when allowed to get some poke and find a suitable engage, come out victorious for that, though the Infernal Drake did go to Phoenix One. We'll have to see if Phoenix One can continue looking for these picks with the global composition, as right now, Apex probably going to be content to sit back.
Yeah, Apex, they want to stick as a 5-man because poke comps gain a lot of power from synergy and them being grouped up, you know, and everyone can benefit from Karma speed, and everyone can benefit from the slow of Trundle Pillar spam so they can land their skill shots. Whereas Phoenix One very obviously want to pull the map apart, separate Apex. That's why they're splitting up right now, pressuring all 3 lanes here for Phoenix One, whereas Apex just want to run it straight up mid, see if they can finally knock down that last little bit of help from the turret.
Yeah, there they go. Mid-tier 1 falls. Apex 3-2 in turrets, but Phoenix One, once again, Mash, he's got the arrow and he's in a flanking position.
Looking to get that pick on mid. Keen is very mobile though.
Yeah.
And definitely not the ideal target.
He's got Flash and Cleanse. However, Phoenix One actually race down the mid lane and bring the minion wave in. It's only 4, but they're still going to get some pretty good damage onto it as Keen will be forced to clear it out. Get some good damage on the Mash. There's a True-Shot Barrage that unfortunately misses.
Yeah, if that tagged Mash, he would be extremely low. They still do have to run, but probably won't lose someone on this. Apex keeping up the chase, though.
Oh,
Flash pillar!
Pillar mash. There's a Stand United. He's taking a lot of damage. Ray goes down before he can even subjugate. There goes the Destiny. Twisted Fate is just going to scare them away.
Ray going... He's not tanky. I mean, not only was it a lane swap, so top laners get denied a little bit, but also it's got mostly damage items built. And on the front lines there, commits super hard with a Flash pillar onto Mash, who just turns right around. They've got a Shen ultimate. These are the globals that we said you got to keep track of when you're playing against a team like this that's overloaded on globals. Great turnaround there for Phoenix One, and they're going to get right back into this one.
Yeah, now 31,000 to 31,500 separates the two teams. Fairly even as we hit the 20-minute mark. Ooh, Shrimp is going to gift over that blue buff as well. And Phoenix One are keeping pace with Apex. You got to start trying to wonder what Apex are thinking. Wait a sec, this is supposed to be the last game team. This is the team that has not won a single match yet. They're keeping even with us.
Yeah, they have won games though.
Yeah.
And they have had moments where they looked really good. Plus, as we said, it took them a long time to get Inori on the lineup. Now they've been playing with all five. You know, the coaching staff can focus. You know, everybody that's in scrims is on stage.
Yeah.
That does a whole lot for your team.
So with Inori, they are looking much better. This is a much clearer composition than the ones we've seen in the past. With the 4-1 and Inori flanking. This time he's taking more of a frontline tank role for the team, while it's up to the carries of Pyrian Mash to lock someone down and do some damage. Mash has very, very long time League player. He's had some trouble in the past converting that gold that he gets into advantages, as Apex are going to chase down onto Phoenix One. They're grouped as 5. There's a knock-up. Xpecial in the front drops the Unbreakable Will. They don't have enough to break through, though. Zig even teleporting in. But Ray goes in once again. He's still not tanky.
No, he went Titan. He didn't even go Titanic Hydra. He went Ravenous Hydra, even though he had been sitting on the Jarm's Fist. And no, he is not tanky. You're correct, Dom. Teleporting right into the middle of 4 people. You're going to get blown up. Trundle or not, you know, he does get the ult off, but Focus Fire will do wonders for you. And another death here for Apex. They start bleeding kills trying to chase Phoenix One. And global after global comes in. This time Twisted Fate covers, and Shen, while Stand United was on cooldown, gets the teleport in. Now Stand United's up while teleport's on cooldown. And
yeah.
There's no window of opportunity when there's just so many options for Phoenix One on these globals. And you really have to have a better opening than landing a spear and hitting super hard here. Here comes the teleport on that Tribush ward from Zig. And the turn and focus right here. He gets knocked up and taken out very quickly.
He did get the subjugate off this time.
Yeah, I mean that, you got an extra like 0.3 seconds of time on the field because of that.
All right, so next Drake is spawning right now. This is Infernal, and as you said, that Stand United means Zig can split push, while the rest of Apex have got to be grouped as 5.
Well, it's actually interesting because they've been using Mash in the side lanes as a split pusher, which is very curious since you're like, oh my goodness, they have these 2 globals, Twisted Fate and Shen, right? Mash is supposed to be mid. That's not how they've been playing it. Mash has been in the side lanes split pushing while Twisted Fate holds mid, and then they use Mash and Gate as bait, and then let the globals collapse. Right now, the bait is caught.
Yeah, this bait might actually turn into dinner for Apex as they manage to pick off Gate. And they're going to be roasting him over the bonfire tonight. However, Infernal Drake is up. Inori drops a tunnel. He's going to try to be sneaky here.
Is he? Though, he does have Flash. Nidalee is really hard to steal away from because of her execute damage. You can save her Q.
They've left Shrimp all alone. All right, so he is going to be able to secure it, but Inori tries to turn on. The arrow is dodged. There's a Stand United. Zig in the corner, though, doesn't quite want to chase. Oh, denied! Pyrian gets knocked away. There goes the Flash. They are chasing this kill. Once again, the bait is turned into another kill for Apex.
Yep. They're able to get 1 pick and transition that into an Infernal Drake, plus another pick at the Drake Cavern? The Drake Cove? We'll call it a Cove. Plus, top lane as well, taking out the Twisted Fate. They went to the source of the global. They take him out. Now Gate's caught again.
Oh,
Too much bait.
Here lands. He's going to drop the knockup, but he's not able to keep himself alive. Another kill for Apex, and with Furion still dead, Apex could put some pressure on this mid lane.
Yep, things are starting to crumble here for Phoenix One. And again, if you're a poke comp, after you've gotten these picks, sieging up at the turrets is ideal. Right here, they're going to burn it down pretty quickly, and Zig actually takes a little bit as they get some pretty free skill shots on him. Turret down as well, so such a big swing from catching one person out. You know, it is possible for Phoenix One to use Mash and Gate in the side lane as bait, but the rest of the team has to be there immediately if they get collapsed upon. That was not the case. And
this is something that Gate Mash has been doing for ages. Arrow manages to catch Shrimp, though. He's taking a lot of damage. The subjugate on Enduring means that he's nice and squishy and goes down to Apollo as Gate, this is the third time in a row, goes down to Apex.
Gate has been spending a lot of time in the fountain.
Yeah.
The last maybe 5 minutes for Apex have taken complete control of the game, already knocking at inhibitor turrets. 25 minutes into the game, and it looks like they will be able to get it too, burning it down quickly.
Yeah, there's just not enough wave clear. The inhibitor turret goes down, still 12 seconds for Inori and another 6 for Gate. They're going to try to break the inhib. They've got to be careful, though. There is a lot of chase. Gold card ready for Pyrion. He's got his Destiny Gate. Ghost is about to come off cooldown, but Apex, as long as they stay grouped as 5, they should be safe. They take the inhibitor and back away.
Early inhibitor is going to do so much for this team. If you're facing the full globals, you need extra pressure somewhere on the map as the arrow is dodged. Twisted Fate ult was used for vision and the possibility of following up if it was happened to land on somebody. But yeah, if you have an inhibitor down as the poke comp versus the multi-globals, it's so much easier. It relieves so much pressure. Having the constant super minions up top allows you to siege on the other side and try and take advantage of it. Here's the arrow that started it all, baiting Inori. Trundle ultimate on me. I'm not tanky anymore. And he's toast.
I'm sure that's exactly what was going on in the comms. Gate, once again, in the front line. Guys, I think something's wrong with my screen. It's not sepia.
Unlucky there for Phoenix One. Now, though, they're going to have to use one of their global champions to hold the super minion wave. Apex transition over to vision around Baron. Try and get another bait for themselves.
Yeah, Apex have got complete control over this game. 6,500 gold ahead. As you said, that's really opened up in the past 5 minutes. And this is the exact same stumbling block that Phoenix One hits in almost all of their games. Whenever they're looking good in the early game, they transition it towards the mid game, and then it's just they hit some sort of, I don't know what it is, the 20-minute barrier, and they stumble and look like a completely different team after that point.
Well, the plan is still the same. Even though they've lost control, they need to try and spread Apex out, hit the arrow, and follow up with the Shen and Twisted Fate.
We'll have to see if they can pull it off, as right now Apex moving as a unit make it really difficult to catch someone out. They've got some deep vision on their top side of the jungle, but Apex, sensing that that side of the map is a bit dark, go clear out those wards and get some vision of their own, cleaning out the tunnels too. As Ray split pushes in that bottom lane.
Yep, setting up for Baron. Here it comes, starting it off. There's no way. Pyrion could pop his ult if they get a sense, but he's so far away. Remember, it's not a true global for Twisted Fate, so it looks like they're just going to forfeit Baron. They're going to keep their Twisted Fate ultimate to try and capitalize on the actual push that comes after Baron's taken. Oh, Inori actually goes over for the steal here.
Yeah,
see how hard they can punish.
Denied by Xpecial, knocks him up. Gate again, cheating forward for the ward, eats some big damage from Apollo. As Xpecial continues to chase, Gate takes some more. Xpecial, he's locked on, and he's found Gate once again. There's no escaping this time. The Ignite's burning. In fact, he will escape, and it's going to be Xpecial going down. There's the destiny from Pyrion as he splits Apollo from the team and chases him down. Phoenix One going a little bit too ham.
Gate the master.
Yeah.
Bait. Actually works this time. Actually works. You die 4 times, and they think, juicy. He's going to go down this time. Barely lives. Shen ultimate being used on the support, and Apex, They lose a couple members. The global pressure stalls out. They don't get the press with the early Baron buff. You can see the Baron power play right now. 600 measly gold, 700 now. Timing out. All right, there he is. As you say, it's him. He's caught again. He used his flash. He used everything. Ezreal ult hits. Xpecial goes in for the flash combo ignite. And they get the Shen ultimate down. They think he's going to finish because Apollo hit an Ezreal Q over the wall there. But Xpecial starts chugging a potion, and then it's the turnaround. There's the 2 globals you talked about. Visit Fate, Shen, jumping right in on it.
Yeah.
And technically it was the same game plan. Ash Arrow hits, Shen and Twisted Fate follow up with their globals, but it's because
Gate is in the front.
on Gate.
With low health. I can't imagine that's a very sustainable strategy.
People always refer to meat shields. You know, tanks are. Gate is a meat shield indeed.
Yeah, meat shield on a fishing line being held out by Phoenix One. They get the Cloud Drake, though. That's 3 Drakes now. The next one will be Elder at the 35-minute mark. And Apex are pushing forward with that Baron buff. However, Phoenix One are going to defend. They've still got super minions pushing in that top lane, though. So that should be able to put some more pressure, though that is the last wave of super minions. There's only 1 left on the map. Apex continuing to pressure forward, trying to get that poke. Oh, gold card. Shrimp lands a spear, but gets caught by a big stun and chunked away. Luckily, though, he's got a lot of heals going on.
Yep, Apex. Just returned to the plan. Okay, we messed up step 1, but once again, it's just a hiccup. Poke comp. Siege up again. Try and land your skill shots. Gate taking one right there.
Yeah.
Wall actually pokes the wrong way. And here come the Baron empowered minions.
Ooh, Arrow catches Apollo and he cleanses. Very early Quicksilver Sash means he's safe from that, but with that cleanse down, they could look to collapse.
You might want to transition up top where there's the open inhibitor. Apex really want to make this siege mid work, though, and finish the tower before they go up there. But it is a little bit dangerous. You know, you don't want to get caught under this turret. This would be the comeback play from Phoenix One if they're able to capitalize on a failed tower.
They see Mash top and race in. Whoop. Kyrian is the target. The taunt misses Ray, and Kyrian's allowed to walk away, though. But the inhibitor turret goes down. They've still got Baron buff for a few seconds, though, trying to break down this inhibitor. It will finally fall. That's pressure in the mid lane, but looks like Phoenix One are going to chase. They're trying to collapse and set up a pincer. And Nori cannot knock anyone up. Xpecial zoning him on the side as Ray and Xpecial, the tanks in the front, are doing so much work while Apollo and Shrimp poke in the back. Keen chases it out. That's the first kill for Apollo. He's caught with no cleanse. Pyrian turns it around, but the rest of Apex are rushing forward. Sure, you've cleaned up the back line, but what about the front line?
Well, the inhibitors are going to be the prize here. Xpecial, run for your life!
Uh-oh. And Nori's on the hunt. Oh, no! Now he's got to go through the minions. Path him through the minions. It'll interrupt his pathing. Oh, no. Oh, it takes another hit before he makes it to the turret. Apex take the 2 inhibitors. Oh!
Bye-bye. All right, yep. 2 inhibitors down, though, so job was done for Apex. They got what they came for. Now it's just going to be finishing it out bottom lane. They don't even have to wait for the Elder Dragon, even though that will be the next one coming up. Here's another look at that initiation from P1. They lost their inhibitor already, but they try and take him out. Shrimp is able to Zhonya's that gold card, and then it's just a turn from Apex. Constant slows here. Ray's into the back line, trying to soak him up. And Apollo does get left alone, so he gets annihilated as the rest of the team is busy diving, but they are able to take out all members of P1 they were chasing, so inhibitor is easy work afterwards. And there's only 1 left.
So there was one tiny detail in that fight that I noticed that really made me happy, was that Ray walked past Shen and Mash.
Yeah.
To get to Gate.
The bait.
Chase him down, get those kills. Alrighty, he's going full damage right now. Holy cow. Sterix, Mercurial, Ravenous, Hydra, finally an Iceborne to finish it off. Ray.
True to his name, Ray the Troll. Mercurial finished really early.
Oh, Arrow catches Ray. Gold card is going to find Xpecial, who quickly pops the Unbreakable Will, but that's Stand United used and the Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
I mean, attack damage is not bad on Trundle. It's just that...
Yeah, the wave clear, though, is holding, but super minions are starting to build in through those mid and top lanes. They're
Look at him.
running out of times. Yeah, right. You got to pay the toll.
All right. Turret, not long for this world. B1 have to make another move before this one actually goes down because the minions are not going to give them any time. Oh, time's up.
Yeah, that timer just dinged, done. Now Apex looking for their third inhibitor. 34 minutes in, they take it. Oh, and Special with the engage catches Pyria, and he's down. And Ori's in the back line, but Shrimp is able to sustain enough. He's caught by the taunt. Zanyas keeps him standing, and they're able to turn this around as Apex just have got so much damage. Shrimp kites it back and forth as Mash flashes the stun. He's trying to get back in. They're able to drop it. Gate is going to die again. Another kill for Apex. 15-8. And they're going to push onto the Nexus turrets. And Ori, doing his best Meteos impression, races onto the map as Apex take the win. 34 minutes and 30 seconds in.
The way they cleaned up the end of game 1 here in the series, Apex have got to be confident going into game 2.